Hi, I'm Sarah Shepard, an English teacher of 14 years. I'd like to ask you a question. What if I told you there's a completely simple, proven, and effective method that'll have your child reading in just a few short moments from now? A method that's guaranteed to work for any child at any age, even as young as 2. Even if right now they can barely recite the alphabet correctly, even if they currently show absolutely zero interest in reading whatsoever, and is even so effective, it's been proven to prevent and reverse dyslexia in children completely. A powerful reading method absolutely different from anything else that's out there today, and that the school board has actually been hiding from you on purpose for years. I'll tell you more about that in just a minute. This method's been proven 100% effective, yet totally unknown to 99% of English teachers and parents around the country. What if this one hidden secret to teaching your child to read, when used for just a short period of time, will create a radical shift in the future outcome of your child's success in school and all-around quality of life forever? I put a challenge before you. If you commit the next 6 minutes to this presentation, the most talked about presentation for parents online, if you just watch it carefully and do what it says, I promise you'll not only believe having your child read at such an early age is possible, you'll know that it's possible and scientific fact. Just how you know the Earth's in fact round, not flat, and travels around the sun each day. And then, only moments later, you'll begin the process of teaching your child to read words like you've never imagined possible, right here and now on this very website. That way, you won't just know it's true, you'll see the results with your very own eyes. Listen, you may be wondering, how can I speak about this with such confidence? After all, I know nothing of your child or their natural ability to learn whatsoever. The truth is, I don't have to. I don't have an ounce of doubt that your child will be reading clearly and with a deep understanding of every word they read, even for children as young as 2. I don't have an ounce of doubt about my claims, even though I've given my real name, and even though this is going out right now to hundreds of thousands of parents. I don't want that, and I still have no doubt about my claim. Why? Because when you see the sun come up 36,543 days in a row, you can be pretty darn confident it's coming up again tomorrow. 36,543 is exactly how many children have now successfully used this reading secret I'm about to share in just the past 2 years alone. In fact, while other parents are still reading books out loud to their children, your child will instead be reading the exact same books out loud to you. Just imagine it. You bring your child to the grocery store and watch people stop dead in their tracks, feeling utter disbelief as they watch your child reading signs out loud like broccoli, carrots, and even asparagus, all the way down the produce aisle. The looks you get from people as their jaws hit the floor are absolutely priceless. And you've never had so much fun with your child just doing simple things like shopping for groceries. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, Sarah, but seeing is believing. I'm about to share a video that'll shock, amaze, and even leave you a little jealous. You're about to meet Caleb, an 18-month-old whose mother used this exact reading system I'm about to reveal to have her child reading better than any 18-month-old you'll ever meet.
What does this say? Look at this. Look at that. What does that say? Bat. Okay, what if I put E at the end? Now what does it say?
Snake.
That's right. Good job. Yeah, that's right. What does that say? Okay, what if Daddy put wait, what if we put an E?
Mate.
Mate. Good job.
Mat.
Matt. Now it's Matt. And then now it's
Mate.
mate. And
Now, if you're a lot like me, you may be asking, this must be a naturally gifted child. Can I really expect these same results with my own child? It may surprise you to find out that Caleb's mom, in fact, came to me for help only 30 days before this video was shot. Worried about her son's delayed learning disability and completely skeptical that my system would even work at all. That's the reason I wanted to introduce you to Caleb here today. Not only because at 18 months, he now reads better than children 5 years older than he is, because I'm incredibly proud of the results Caleb achieved within just 30 short days after using my system. And to show you that if Caleb here can achieve this level of success so easily with his delayed learning disability, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind your child will read this brilliantly too. Now, it was my son's first grade mid-year report card, finally laying there right in front of my very own eyes. Sure enough, my son was no place to be found. Never a good sign come report card day. As I flattened the crumpled report card smooth, you can probably guess directly where my eyes shot to first, seeing as I myself teach English. Just imagine the sheer horror I felt when I looked down and saw the words, English does not meet average expectations, leap off the page and instantly plunge me head first into deep depression. My child, the son of an English teacher, not passing English? Now that's just horrible. I wanted to go hide my head in the sand. I felt that this report card had less to do with how my child did in the classroom and more to do with how I'm raising him as a parent at home. That was 5 years ago now from today. And I can still feel the wave of sadness that washed over me every time a teacher at my school would ask how my son did on his report card. It was a nightmare, and even to this day, still leaves a giant lump in my throat telling you this now. Did you know, according to a study done just this year by the U.S. Department of Education, if your child does not meet the average literacy standards by the end of grade 1, they are now 88% more likely to keep falling further and further behind, all the way up to 4th grade. And just know this, researchers at the prestigious Yale University concluded that 75% of children who reached the 3rd grade with poor literacy become completely illiterate, not just right up until their very last year of high school, for their entire life. And with factual statistics like that, it's no wonder we see high school dropout rates as high as 66% in this country. The fact is, with this many children quietly falling through the cracks, it's now crucial more than ever to be actively teaching your child to read as early as you possibly can, not leaving your child's entire future and success in life up to the education system alone. Now, it's important to remember that often when a child fails in school, in nearly every case, it's not your fault. It's actually the education system that's failed your child. This could not be more true when it comes to the way schools teach English today. Let me share one little discovery I dug up. The school board doesn't want you to know. The same shocking piece of information the school board is doing everything in their power to stop me from shining a light on. Here it is. The English curriculum your child will be taught in school when they attend is the exact same curriculum your grandparents had been taught. First implemented in 1930, it's gone nearly unchanged for all these years. So, has it remained the same all this time because it works? Millions that the school board will simply never agree to spend. The worst part? Year after year, this curriculum has been contributing to a record-breaking illiteracy rate, leaving over 32 million people in this country today labeled as officially illiterate. And believe me when I say, by the end of this video, you'll have everything you absolutely need to ensure your child is never counted as one of the 32 million and growing. Now, let's get back to the problem with how English is still being taught after all these years. First off, your child's shown an image of an apple. Then below that, the word apple. Have you ever seen something similar to this before? Maybe even learned English this way yourself as a child? That's because this was introduced in 1930 and is called a sight word. The reason sight words will destroy your child's chances of quickly and easily learning English is this. You're actually programming your child to learn words as a whole, and in their mind, they see something that looks a lot like this. When you think about it, this isn't learning to read at all. It's in fact more like memorizing words as shapes. Children using this method only go on to get even more confused when they're confronted with two different word shapes that look similar to each other. For example, word shapes like guy and buy, or now and wow. I knew there had to be a better way of teaching your child English than this, making it my sole purpose in life to create something different, new, and that would ensure my son quickly got his grades up by the end of the year. Something that would turn the tables on the school board and make it so you never have to worry about your child's success in school again. That's when it hit me. If you've ever been around a baby at all, you can agree that they soak up language like a sponge. It's almost like they can't help themselves. They're little language learning machines. Let me explain. Instead of teaching your child to read the word as a whole, what if we separated each letter, then taught the sounds of each letter that make up the word? For example, dog becomes D-O-G, and then is sounded out da-o-ga. with the sounds quickly strung together to make the complete sound of the word dog. Using this very knowledge, I would then go on to spend several weeks expanding on this idea and creating even more advanced theories on how to quickly teach any child to read. Just over 1 month later, I had a very rough step-by-step reading system, completely different from anything that's been put out there to date. There was just one issue. I had no idea for sure if it would work. For just 3 nights a week, I set 15 minutes aside to sit down at the table with my 6-year-old son and 2-year-old daughter, both having them follow the exact same reading system I'd created. By the end of the first week using my system, things started to just really click for my son, and for the first time ever, I could see the excitement in his eyes and hear it in his voice when he would start reading words right off the page, all without a single hesitation. But even more shocking, by this time, my 2-year-old daughter was now already reading at the same level as my 6-year-old son. Considering my son and daughter were polar opposites in completely every way, with nearly 4 years difference in age between them. That's when I caught my first glimpse of just how powerful my new system was for teaching any child to read at any age. 3 more weeks passed by, still only spending 15 minutes per night, only 3 nights per week using my system. Now, almost exactly 1 month from the date we first started, I received a phone call from a blocked number with no idea who could be on the other line. It took me by surprise to hear it was my son's first-grade teacher. "Sarah," she said, in almost a tone that felt like I was about to receive some bad news, "what on God's green earth have you been doing with your son to take him from the bottom of my class 1 month to the top the next?" The pure volume of excitement in her voice was nearly enough to have me pull the phone away from my ear. I told her, "If you think he's doing amazing, you should hear my 2-year-old read." "Well, what's your secret? How are you teaching them to pick reading up so easily?" she exclaimed. That one question led to an hour-long phone call where I explained to her exactly how I had stumbled upon a new way of teaching children to read. A new method that undeniably worked wonders on both my son and daughter, even though they couldn't be more completely different from one another and nearly 4 years apart in age. By the end of the phone call, my son's teacher asked me if I would give her a copy of my system, that she may pass around to a few other parents whose children were struggling in her class. I sent the learning material in with my son the very next day, while I also gave it to some of my personal students to use at home. The same system I'm now proud to reveal to you today for the first time ever. Introducing Reading Head Start, the only proven reading system in the world guaranteed to work quickly for children even as young as 2. A reading system unlike anything else out there and works even if today's the first time you've even thought about how important it is your child learns to read as early as possible, or even if your child currently is unable to recite the alphabet whatsoever, or perhaps your child doesn't even show a shred of interest in learning to read at all right now. Even if you or teachers have tried to teach your child to read in the past, but they still struggle to grasp the concept, heck, Reading Head Start will work even if you feel as if you've already tried everything there's to try. In fact, let me tell you right now, it's important to know that Reading Head Start isn't some baby Einstein or hooked on phonics gimmick, designed to be more like a virtual babysitter than an actual reading system. This is not for you if you think that sitting your child in front of a screen for hours, hands off, is more important than sitting beside your child, working with them for only 15 minutes per night, just 3 nights per week. While other reading programs out there are just as educational as sitting your child down in front of their favorite goofy morning cartoons, Reading Head Start has quickly become known as the most effective reading system in the world, with massive results proven by the children using it and the amazing grades they're bringing home on their report cards. While grasping the concept of reading isn't the easiest skill for children to learn, no essential lifelong skill is, I've made it as easy as humanly possible for any child at any age to learn to read. Listen, you really must love your child to still be here watching this video, and you're obviously really serious about teaching your child to read, so they'll be both successful in school and life. And I just want to take some time to acknowledge you for that. Most parents never take the time to educate themselves the way you have. You're online, you're watching this, and you really have the commitment and determination to do this now. That's why you're perfect for Reading Head Start. It's specifically for parents like you. You want to teach your child to read early because you know the importance reading plays in the future success of your child's entire life. Just ask any of the most recent 30,000 strong who've used Reading Head Start in the past 2 years alone. Kathy McMullen wrote me to personally say, "Hey, Sarah, I've been using Reading Head Start with my 3-year-old daughter for 2 weeks now, and we both love it. I think what I've liked most about the success we've had with your system is not only that my daughter is starting to become an incredible reader, it's just how exciting reading has become for her, and she lights up with every word she reads. I just had to write this and thank you quickly for putting this whole thing together. Also recorded this quick video for you last night because you have to see how excited she is while reading now.
Sad. 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 Sad.
Sad.
Sad. Their papa is sad.
Oh no. Okay, what's the next word?
D. Ah. D. 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 Ah. D. Ah. D. D. Ah. Dad.
And this is only after using Reading Head Start for 2 weeks. First, my system is broken up into 4 individual levels, each one consisting of easy learned reading videos, enjoyable workbooks, along with endless pages of fun reading exercises and games your child will absolutely love, all designed to begin with your child mastering the basics. Then, in a fun and exciting way, progresses them quickly forward to the level they're reading complex textbooks with ease. Going through this reading system with your child is as simple as sitting down beside them and clicking the play button. You can go through it at your own pace, whenever works best for you, for just 3 nights a week, 15 minutes per night. All you need to do is sit back, click play, and let the videos guide you and your child on what to do each step of the way. It really is that easy, and you'll love it. The best part is, Reading Head Start was specifically designed so it quickly locks reading skills in your child's brain, making it easy to efficiently move forward each level, knowing your child now has a deep understanding of everything covered in the level before. Then, as your child graduates each level and moves on to the next, they're rewarded for their accomplishment and given their very own Reading Head Start certificate of completion. Display it on the fridge, their bedroom wall, even show it off to the grandparents. On top of all that, you're also given exclusive lifetime access to My Head Start. In a few moments from now, you'll receive instant online access to everything. The videos, workbooks, reading exercises, and endless interactive word games, all conveniently laid out for you inside this members-only area. Parents love this because it gives them full instant access to all the training on their computer, smartphone, and tablet, giving you the ultimate flexibility of when and where your child can learn to read.